Hello guys, my name is John Sterling. I am new here in this YouTube. Today I am reading you fan fiction called Naruto, the Toad Sage's Apprentice by Grady Hilgendorf. Chapter 1. Forest outside Konoha the night after graduation. If you ever touch my sensei again I will kill you. Naruto yelled, anger welling inside him as he looked down at his injured surrogate brother Iruka. "Ha, like you could, I'll kill you in one hit," Mizuki sneered. "Fine, bring it on and I will return it to you 1,000 times." Kage Bushin no Jutsu, and suddenly the forest was filled with over 1,000 shadow clones. Mizuki didn't have time to respond as he was attacked by a barrage of the orange-clad wannabe ninja. "I guess I overdid it, hey Iruka-sensei?" asked Naruto sheepishly. Iruka was stunned. Maybe he can surpass all of the Hokages. Little did he know those same thoughts were going through the minds of two observers. "Naruto, close your eyes," doing as he was told. Naruto waited as Iruka took off his forehead protector and placed it on his favorite student's head. "I promise I will make you proud, Iruka-sensei," he said, barely containing tears of joy. "You already have Naruto Hokage office. Well, the kid definitely has guts, and by the looks of it, a shitload of untapped potential." "What do you think, sensei?" asked a man with waist-length white hair and red marks on his eyes. "Yes, he certainly does, Jiraiya, but with that much chakra it is no wonder poor Naruto couldn't do a standard clone. He simply has far too much to control." Sarutobi hears and answered. "Well, I was going to wait a year or till his first Chunin exams before I took up training the Gaki, but I think it is about time I get to know my godson and take up his training," Jiraiya said proudly. Kakashi will not be happy. He was hoping to have the boy on his Genin squad, especially seeing as the council will probably try and force him to pass his team because of the Uchiha. Hiruzen responded. "Don't worry, I'll take care of that anyway. This is the same council that refused to let me take the Gaki with me when I had to leave for my research, spying, even though Minato and Kushina left me as his guardian. What do you think the council's orders are going to be? To Kakashi give all his students an equal time or focus on the Uchiha?" Jiraiya argued. "Very well, I'm sure Naruto and Iruka are on the way here. Would you like to stay and talk to him now?" the professor asked. "Nah, I'm gonna go catch up on my research," and with that the Toad Sage was out through the window. "I wish just once he would use the door," the aged Hokage sighed and went back to stare at his paperwork before breaking out into tears. Chapter 2. Meeting the Sage in Training. Academy Team Selection Day. Naruto walked into the academy still on a high after the events of last night. He had graduated a new AB-ranked jutsu. All in all, things were going well for our golden-haired hero. As he walked in he noticed a couple of the students giving him questioning looks. Apparently they were not aware he had passed. "Naruto, what are you doing here?" "This is for people who passed the exam," said Shikamaru. "Look at the forehead, I did pass," Naruto responded. "Troublesome," was said Nara's only response as he turned his head back and went back to sleep. However, his mind was working in overdrive. He definitely failed. That means something must have happened in the time since then. I wonder if it had anything to do with why all those Chunin were running around like headless chickens last night. Shikamaru thought. He was brought out of his internal musing by the arrival of Sasuke's two biggest fangirls, Ino and Sakura. Troublesome though it was, he just couldn't concentrate on the puzzle that was the Uzumaki while there was a banshee screeching right behind his ear at said blonde enigma for having the nerve to get between her and her Sasuke-kun. Thankfully for all students and definitely Akamaru, Iruka arrived and forced the class to quieten. "Okay class, you are now going to be given the teams you will work with until you make Chunin. First we have Team 1. Team 7 will be Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha." Iruka began but was cut off by a very loud class member. "Yes, true love wins out. I'm destined to be with Sasuke-kun," Sakura yelled, causing the surrounding students and Iruka to wince at how loud she was. Okay, anyway, the final member of Team 7 will be Sai and your sensei will be Kakashi Hitaki," Iruka said before moving on to Team 8. "The rest are the same as canon." "Hey, Iruka-sensei, why didn't I get a team?" asked Naruto. "You probably didn't even graduate. You probably stole that Hit from someone else." "Naruto baka," screeched Sakura. "That's enough, Sakura. The Hokage personally passed Naruto last night after he passed a far harder exam than the one yesterday. Naruto, after this is over you are to go to the Hokage Tower to find out your team placement. That's all it says on my form. Okay, now the rest of you, your senseis will be here in 1 hour. Till then I suggest you get to know your new team." Iruka finished and left the new Genin to their own devices. Naruto was a little pissed. He had to wait till everyone already had their team before he was told to go to the Hokage Tower, but figured there was a reason so decided to hurry to meet his new team. Hokage Tower. At the same time, Kakashi was confused and a little angry. He wanted to teach his sensei's son more than anything to try and make up for all the times he couldn't save him from a beating when he was in Nambu. Hokage-sama, may I ask whose team Naruto is going to be on? I was hoping I could teach the boy, Kakashi Hitaki said, clearly upset. The Hokage went to answer, but before he could, he was cut off. Mind, said a voice from the window, and all the Jonin in the room turned to see the legendary Toad Sage sitting casually in the window facing the village. Master Jiraiya, why would you take on another apprentice, and that thing of all children? Why not take on one of the top students like the Uchiha? I mean, surely you know what that thing is. One random soon-to-be demoted Jonin said. He is a child who has very little talent but has the will to never give up, and strength to cope with almost anything despite failing. In short, he is like me. Why would I want to train a snobbish, arrogant gaki like that Uchiha who has had everything handed to him when I could train someone who actually needs it? Jiraiya answered with a hint of killing intent directed to the man insulting his godson. Hokage Tower. Naruto walked into the Hokage's office like he owned the place, looking for any new faces. He only saw one, a tall man, and no sign of his new team anywhere. Hey Gigi, what gives? Where's my team already? Everyone else already has them except me, asked a confused Naruto. Ah yes, Naruto, I'm here to tell you that this man here has requested you as his apprentice. Hiruzen responded. Oh okay, hi, I'm Naruto, what's your name? The blonde asked. I am glad you asked, kid. I'm the great Toad Charmer from Mount Myobokuzen, the legendary Master Jiraiya, completing his dance with a pose. Gigi, can I have a sensei who isn't a complete idiot? Naruto said with a deadpan expression. Now Naruto, Jiraiya here was one of my very own pupils and is a very famous ninja. You can learn a lot from him when he's not enjoying his other hobbies, the aged Hokage chuckled. So what are you going to teach me, Jiraiya-sensei? Some cool new jutsu? Naruto asked excitedly. Hold on Gaki, gotta fix what's wrong before we can move on to learning new moves. Don't worry though, it shouldn't take that long, and I think a proper taijutsu style rather than the basic academy one will be on the cards. Then I promise I'll teach you a new jutsu, Jiraiya said with a smile at the eagerness of his godson. Well then we better get started then. I can't wait, soon I will show Sasuke Teme I'm not a dope, Naruto yelled as he and Jiraiya left for a training ground. Training ground 2? Okay, so what are we going to learn? I know you said you wanted to fix my problems, but I don't know what they are. I mean, I know that my chakra control isn't good, but other than that I don't know. Nobody has ever helped me and I don't see what's wrong with my taijutsu style, Naruto said, looking to Jiraiya for some answers. Well, let's see. First I want you to fight 5 clones against yourself and see if you can win. That will show you the holes in your taijutsu style. I'll be teaching you strategy and a lot of chakra control exercises, and once you master tree and water walking I will teach you 2 jutsu. One of them will be a jutsu the 4th Hokage invent. A deal? Jiraiya said, knowing that Naruto would be interested in learning a jutsu from his hero. Sure, you bet, just you watch, Jiraiya-sensei. I will get this stuff down in no time. Kage Bush and no jutsu. The 5 Naruto clones proceeded to hand one legendary ass-kicking to the original before he eventually dispelled the final clone. Okay, you win, sensei. I need help with taijutsu, but I have a question. When I was facing the clones after I dispelled them I could remember winning the fight like I was one of the clones, Naruto said, confused. Oh, it looks like you may not be such a dumbass after all. You see, the shadow clone is a forbidden jutsu for several reasons. Mainly because it uses such a large amount of chakra, it is impractical and dangerous for most people to use. The second is because the person learns everything the clone does. You can be overcome by information overload, Jiraiya explained. So does that mean I can use them to help me train? Naruto asked. Yes, very good. Now this is dangerous, and I would go as far as saying that you would be the only person capable of using this style effectively because you heal faster thanks to the fox and your enormous chakra supplies, the Toad Sage answered. You know about the fox? The blonde knucklehead asked. Yes, I do, and in time I'm going to help you control it eventually so you can use it to make you stronger. But before that we need to get you strong enough to be a good ninja. Without it, now I want you to make 50 clones and get them to read these books while I show you the kata for my taijutsu style, Jiraiya said. Awesome, let's get to work, the blonde yelled as 50 clones popped into existence. Chapter 3, Rasengan and One Big Toad. It had been several weeks since Naruto had been training with Jiraiya, and the Toad Sage had been impressed with his improvement. He had got tree walking down and had almost mastered water walking. He had become proficient enough that he could now beat 10 clones at a time in taijutsu. Naruto had found a new hobby in seal making, and he couldn't understand why there weren't more seal masters in Konoha, with Jiraiya being the only one, something which the Toad Sage was all too willing to boast about as it was considered one of the more difficult ninja arts. Okay Gaki, looks like you got it down. Come to land and dispel your clones. I'm going to give you a gift, the white-haired Toad charmer said, getting a jump for joy from his young charge. So what's the gift, sensei? Asked an enthusiastic Naruto. It's this summoning jutsu, the old Toad sage said as a scroll appeared along with a small toad. Okay, Naruto, I want you to come here and sign your name next to where it says Minato Namikaze, Jiraiya said, pointing the empty space on the scroll. Sure thing. ... Okay, now what? The blonde asked. Use these hand signs and then slam your hand down. Now for this you can't use shadow clones, it has to be all you because you could have half of the toads of Myoboku here by the end of the day if you do, Jiraiya explained. The training went slow and all he could summon was a rather friendly toad by the name of Gamakichi and his brother Gamatatsu, but he couldn't get anything bigger. What am I doing wrong, Jiraiya-sensei? Jiraiya-sensei? Are you peeking on the women at the waterfall? You are. I didn't know you were nothing but a little pervert, Naruto said angrily. Hey, I'm not a little pervert, Jiraiya responded. I'm a super pervert. How is that better? The blonde asked with a sweat drop. Anyway, I think I know how you can master the jutsu. You have to be faced with a life and death situation. And if I'm correct, you will get in contact with the fox and start learning how to control his chakra at the same time, the Toad sage said. Near a valley that is for some reason just outside of Konoha. Okay Gaki, it's do or die, good luck, he said as he tossed Naruto off the edge. Please forgive me, Minato, he finished in an afterthought. Moments later, Naruto resurfaced on top of an angry Gamabunta and after a small conversation with his new summoner decided to test him to see if he is able to stay on his head for a day, which he was able to do, passing out just as he made it to sundown. For the next few weeks, Naruto continued training till he could summon a Gamabunta-sized toad without needing Kyuubi's chakra, and had even gone on a number of C-rank missions with teams 8 and 10 or just with Jiraiya. Most of them were basic, like deliver packages to another small village in Fire Country. So what are we going to work on today, Ero-senin? Naruto asked. A tick mark appeared on said pervert's head. Gaki, how many times have I asked you not to call me that? I will stop calling you Ero-senin when you stop peeking on women wherever we go, the blonde responded. Anyway, today I'm going to teach you a new jutsu, and this one is right up your alley. It was created by my greatest student, the 4th Hokage. And all you need is chakra and there are no hand signs. This is a 3-step process. First is the rotation, the second is power, and finally you combine the two to produce this. Rasengan, a blue ball of chakra appeared in Jiraiya's hand as he finished his explanation. Awesome, what do I have to do? The energetic blonde was bouncing off the wall at the prospect of learning a jutsu created by his hero. Here you have to pop these water balloons, just like this, and he rotated the water inside the balloon till it popped. Putting a bucket of the balloons down, Naruto quickly made 100 clones and got to work. It took him several hours, but Naruto eventually figured out that the water had to be spun in all directions. Jiraiya then started Naruto on the second stage for him to work on for the next week while he went to check on his spy network and left Naruto with Team 9. The following week was what Naruto would call extreme, especially when he made a promise he would keep up with the guy and Lee's extended physical workouts. By the end of the week, though, Naruto had completed the second stage of the Rasengan and had taken to wearing weights after he found out how much faster Lee was because of them. Naruto was now working on the third part of the Rasengan and felt he was very close. He could stop the balloon from blowing up for about 10 seconds at full rotation before it would destabilize. Naruto had figured he could complete it with a shadow clone, but felt he didn't want to be forced to use one the jutsu. You are almost there, Gaki. You should have it by next week. I have to go again for a few weeks, so I want you to go get a team to do some missions with, preferably AC, Jiraiya said. Oh okay, I hope I get some C-rank missions. Those B's are nothing but kids' chores. I mean, I know they're to strengthen team cooperation, but I mean we could have done them in the academy, Naruto said. Yeah, I know, but that's the way Sensei does it. Maybe when you're Hokage you can change things. So how are your studies on seals going? Are you ready to move up to the intermediate books yet? The white-haired man asked. Yeah, that would be great. I finished all the beginner's books last week, so I've had the extra clones working on the Goken Taijutsu style guy Sensei taught me. It's good because while the Toad style is defensive, the Goken is offense, so I can change styles to what is needed for a battle, Naruto said. Excellent work, Aki. You're starting to think like a ninja. I'm proud of you. Now keep working and remember to take all your balloons with you to whatever you have to do next week so you can get training in. That way you can show me what you have done when I get back, Jiraiya said. The pair continued training and sparring till the late in the afternoon when Naruto made his way home and Jiraiya went to the Hokage Tower. The next day at the Hokage Tower, "Hey Gigi, I need another team for a few weeks. Arasenin has left again to perv on women or whatever else he does when he leaves the village," Naruto said loudly. "Oh yes Naruto, Jiraiya told me you would need a team. Don't worry, I have a C-rank mission for the next Ganon team to come in for a mission," the old Hokage said kindly. It turned out the next team through the door was a very cut-up-looking Team 7 and Kakashi with a struggling Tora in Sasuke's arms. "Okay Team 7, good job catching Tora. Now we have a mission to paint a fence. The Inuzukas want their dogs walked and kennels washed, or there's no Tora. Come back catching Tora again," the Hokage said with a small facepalm. "No, the entire of Team 7 minus their sensei yelled. Well, we do have a C rank and your team is the last one to do one. Kakashi, do you think they're ready? Here is inside. Well, their teamwork could be better, but I would say they can handle a C rank no problem," the copy ninja replied. "Very well, and you will have some help on this mission. Naruto Uzumaki, his sensei, is out of the village and has requested Naruto wait another squad until he returns," the Hokage said. "Why Naruto? That baka will only get in our way. I mean, he screws everything up," Sakura yelled. Naruto, who had entered moments before, had his head down. "Why do I like her again? I mean, she is loud and in all honesty has never treated me like I meant anything. I think I just wanted someone popular and smart to like me. Well, not anymore, I'm so through with her," he thought. "Anyway, despite what you think, Naruto here is a splendid ninja and will help this mission, I'm sure of it. Now will you send Kazuna-san in please?" Hiruzen said loudly. In walked an old man with a straw hat and a large smell of sake. He wore slightly banged-up clothes and looked a little worse for wear. "What, these are the ninja who are supposed to protect me? They look more like school kids to me," the man said indignantly as he looked at the genin. The end for part 1. Thank you for watching. This is goodbye. See you in the next video.